I just wanted to make a mental note here. I hear a lot of these prepper channels talk about SHTF and without rule, without law, or without rule of law scenarios and stuff. And I guess I just, as pessimistic as I am naturally, I don't believe that if the SHTF ever does happen, when it does happen, I'd like to believe that more people would unite as a community. I mean, for however short of time it will be. I mean, they're talking like SHTF, and the next day everything just goes to crap, with rioting and looting. No, in 2003, the power went out here in Michigan for about a week. And, I mean, yeah, I worked at the Rite Aid as a beer cooler stock boy. And, yeah, there was a lot of stealing. A lot of people just took it upon themselves to try to steal what they could. And, that's a problem. However, we weren't cutting each other's throats. Now, if the communication's not there, I think I would strongly advise the local community, which in my case would be the Flat Rock Police Department. The first thing to do is round up a posse of able-bodied young men and take all the senior citizens out of the Skyrise senior home there off of the Huron River, all those elderly people, and bring them to the high school, not the old high school, the new high school, because it's all one floor, and make that an impromptu senior center. That another thing I would advise local authorities to do is to get in touch with Myers, and, Rite Aid, farm store, anywhere that has a little bit of food, and ration it. Take it to City Hall, put it in the garage with pull the fire trucks out, stock it there, and guard it 24/7 in the event that they'll have to distribute food. And this is all assuming that the SHTF does happen. They can preserve as much life as possible. I'd also have them do whatever they can to put the old water filtration plant back in operation. If it means, we filter water through sand and charcoal 1 gallon at a time, then that's what has to be done. I would advise organizing fishing and hunting parties. Anybody with unneutered animals, dogs, cats, rabbits, I'd advise them to start breeding as soon as it happens. Because you're talking long-term food supply. And I think the community would unite before they would break down. I think that's kind of a grim outlook. That's just my opinion. I mean, what do I know? I'm just Doug from Flat Rock. But I think more people would have a tendency to lend a helping hand to each other than tear down everything right away. Because that seemed to be the case in 2003 when the power went out for a week, and we didn't really know why. Neighbors were offering extension cords to other neighbors. We were checking on each other. Neighbors were talking again. And I'm very blessed. I live in the family home I grew up in here in Flat Rock. And I have some of the best neighbors that I could ever ask for. I mean, they constantly check on me. They constantly bring me vegetables out of their gardens. And I hope someday to return the favor. But they are good neighbors, and I'm very fortunate. And I think it would take a lot for these people to flip that switch to go, I'm going to steal what Doug has. They just don't have it in them. We're a tight-knit community. And I'd advise anybody watching this that if you don't know your neighbors, go next door and introduce yourself. Just knock on the door. Hey, I'm Doug, next door. Nice to meet you. And you'd be surprised at how far that'll get you. Not that you should do it for selfish reasons, but bring back being neighborly. That's a good thing to do. And I know my friends, that know their neighbors, they all have great relationships with them. And I think it's a good thing. I think it's a true slice of Americana, being neighborly and knowing your neighbors. And I hope that in the event that the SHTF does happen, that we will continue being neighborly, because we are Americans, and that's part of our culture. This is Doug with his weighing in on his opinion on this subject, signing out.